boop 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 boop. Hello, yeah. Hey, good morning. It is I, your host, Pogo Kiddo, with again another episode of Redstone Lapis Lazuli. Let's see. How do I bring myself back to the game? There I am. Hey, hello, good morning. Yes, it's actually happening. It's going. It's going. Ever flowing. Never knowing what's going on, but going just the same. Hey. All right. So I'm trying to adjust myself here. Get everything set up. Here I am. This is my old Java world, or this is my old world in Bedrock, where I made my very first witch farm. So this is the first time I've made a witch farm, and I had to worry about spiders spawning and stuff. That's why I have all these magma blocks. It's to stop the spiders from spawning. Yeah, and then look, I have no paper. That's funny. But I have lots of oh wait, paper in here. No sugar cane. Come on, dude. This is a what's it called? A swamp. They gotta have sugar cane in the swamp. But anyways, so yeah, they're gonna Mojang is going to release the next version of Minecraft on November 30th, and I'm gonna make a new world then, because the old world, like, it just is boring. It's just boring. Look how flat and boring this is. I mean, it's just flat and boring. It doesn't really do anything. So I'm looking forward to that. Even the mountains are kind of silly. Like, look at this mountain. Like, it's not really a mountain. But all that changes, right? All that changes with the next update. So that comes out on the 30th, which means I don't really have any inclination to build or do anything. It's kind of awful. Hey, I only have like 11 rockets. Where did my swamp go? Uh-oh. There it is. Okay. Like, it was right on the edge. This little tiny swamp here. Yeah, and so what happened is I went searching, and I finally found a swamp, and I made a little tiny base here. And then I found a witch hut, and I made a witch farm here, and now I have another portal to get here. So I don't need to rely on looking for the place. So yeah, and this is like the first witch farm. Trident Killer kills witches. That's the witch indicator light to let you know that witches have spawned. Their drops go up this chute right here into this item sorter. And at first, I wasn't keeping sticks. And then I'm like, you know what? Sticks are really useful. I should keep them. And then I'm full up on gunpowder. So what I need to do is I need some paper so I can make rockets. But I don't have any paper here. Like, why do I have this stuff here? Anyways. It's because I don't play on this world anymore, right? I learned stuff on this world. Yeah, it's like, and it's neat because every world I have, the next time I build a new world, I can see like the influences of the past worlds of like why I do things the way I do. I'm like, yeah, I do it like this because the last couple worlds I did it like this and it worked out better and better every time. So, yeah. Look at that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this, to the next Minecraft update, because it's going to show me, well, the world's going to be a lot nicer to explore and to build in. And then plus the early game will be better because the mining will be more efficient. God, it's so quiet. It's so quiet. Why so quiet? Look at this green screen, not even really working. All right, well, whatever. This is a train station designed by Ken from Kane1 Gaming. It is way more compact. Look how compact that is. Like, that's the whole thing. It is so compact. It's so good. Like, it's so good how compact it is. Like, totally efficient use of space. And you still have, like, you know, a ton. Okay, so let's go back to my tower in the nether. That I just made the nether just because I could. So yeah, right now it's kind of like a lull. kind of like just chilling out, doing nothing, because I'm waiting for this next update where I can start playing again, and I want to start a new world, to see what it's like, right? You know, like, who knows what I'll make. The iron farms are easier to make now. The gold farms won't be as necessary. The rivers are going to be like big, like actual rivers. Like, these are creeks. These aren't actually rivers. These are creeks. There's going to be actual rivers, like big rivers, like Columbia-sized rivers in the next update. So that's cool, right? I'm all sorts of little things I'm looking forward to. I don't know about villager mechanics. I think they're still annoying, but iron farms and mining will be much better. And then plus you have to, you know, I need to make a new I don't know, creeper farm. Who knows what I need to make? I need to make everything. Ah ha 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 ha. Plus with the deep dark, I have to make a base down deep. So I have like 2 bases basically. At least 2. At least. And then I never did make a smelter in my last world. Super smelter, but this thing's kind of annoying. It's not all that great. Like, it's okay. It'll smelt your stuff. But it's loud. It's loud and it looks ugly. It doesn't look very smooth, you know? It's just not smooth. Well, I mean, it's not bad. It improved. It used to look a lot worse. So it's gotten better at the illusion of movement. And then, yeah, all the music. Music, sweet music. There'll be music everywhere. Okay, yeah. I don't have anything to show you in Minecraft. Like, so, like, what am I gonna do, right? Like, I can fix this green screen so it's less annoying. I'll have to set up and, like, be in the camera. Okay, okay. So Kyle Rittenhouse had his trial and was found not guilty. But the trial was rife with irregularities. and actions that could be considered biasing. Riddled with it, absolutely riddled with it all the way through. It was obscene. And the judge acted as a second defense attorney for Kyle Rittenhouse. So the black community was not surprised by the outcome, but I was. I would have thought that there would have been some kind of something. But instead, I just noticed these two doors aren't even. Oh, that's annoying. Ha ha ha. Dude, why would I do that? Why would I not make these two doors even? It's not like it's new. That's really annoying. That's really annoying. That's super annoying. But it's a bunch of work to fix it, so I don't want to deal with it right now. So we live together under a social contract that says we're all going to follow this law, and this law is going to apply equally to all of us. That's why we're okay everyone following the law, because it applies equally to everyone. But now we've entered into a situation in which the social contract is no longer valid for certain members of society. They don't get protections. Like, if they follow the law, they aren't protected. So there's no incentive for certain groups of people to follow the law, because the law will never protect them. And there's other group of people who know that the law will never be used to hurt them. The law will never hurt them. So they have no incentive to follow the law if it's never going to be used to hold them accountable. So every time this happens, it splits into two at least. All right. So fine. The law was shown to be perverted. Right? Anyone with reason can look and be like, yeah, this is a dumb trial. This is a fake trial. You had a biased judge with a biased proceeding, and you had a biased outcome, like a racist outcome, which is exactly what the white supremacists were shooting for, right? Because for them, the law is the state. For white supremacists, the state is supposed to serve white supremacy. So that this would be the outcome that they would expect. If the state serves white supremacy, this is the outcome that the white supremacists would expect. Kyle Rittenhouse was raised to be a white supremacist. He's a child, barely, but that means that his parents failed him utterly. They basically created an enemy of the United States. They created a terrorist. His parents created a terrorist. And the murder, right? He murdered some. He went to another town to kill people, and he got away with it. And the state let him get away with it. Here, listen to this, right? They're in the middle of the court.
The actions that I had talked about were done in bad faith.
That's the judge. That was the judge's phone. Did you hear that song? Did you hear that song? What song was that was playing? It's the Trump. What do you mean, as some claim it? It is the Trump anthem, dumbass. What do you mean some claim it's the Trump anthem? It is. Look at what it says. God bless the USA has long been popular with politicians. It became a rallying cry after 9/11, but the song and Greenwood himself have come to be partially associated with Trump. In 2019, when Trump put Greenwood on the board of the Kennedy Center, The Hill reported that the song had become synonymous with Trump rallies. So this song is synonymous with Trump rallies. Glenwood sang God Bless the USA at Trump's inauguration. He also surprised Trump by singing it at a 2018 rally. Glenwood even campaigned for Trump last year. Many feel that Judge Schroeder using Trump's trademark campaign song as his ringtone indicates that he's biased for the defense. You think? Trump supporters have largely heralded Rittenhouse as a hero. White supremacists look at Rittenhouse as a hero. Yep. Many people with reason, dumbass. Many people with reason, because you just told us up here that it's the trademark song for Trump. You just told us. So it's not many liberals, unless you're saying many people with reason are liberals, which isn't really true, right? So you can be liberal and not have reason. But anyways, that's another thing. So this judge who has been helping the defense and hurting the prosecution play like on his phone that played during the trial indicates that he's a strong supporter of Trump. What did Trump want to do? He wanted police to shoot and kill all the protesters. Yeah, dude, Trump was all about violent revolution. He wanted to kill Americans. Trump wanted to kill Americans. Absolutely. So Rittenhouse and this judge and this system are simply a reflection of white supremacy. It is all around you. It is all around you. It never goes away. It didn't just disappear, right? It didn't just end. It's not over. It's here right now. It didn't go anywhere. Slavery didn't go anywhere. We are still living with it because this country refuses to deal with it, to look into its past. Because when you look into the past, it's real obvious to anyone with reason that slavery and genocide were the material conditions of the United States, the material basis for the United States, its foundation. And this is reflected all the way through society. And we just saw it most publicly reflected in the Rittenhouse trial, where he managed to murder people and get away with it. Kyle Rittenhouse was raised to be a white supremacist, which he is. Because he killed in defense of white supremacy. That's essentially what it was about. Kyle Rittenhouse served as an agent of the state of white supremacy and killed. And the United States is never going to advance until the United States deals with its past. I mean, look at it. The past comes back to the present. And then you have people saying, oh, well, I don't want to teach our kids about our bad history. Well, then you just repeat the history. So, like, you only say that. You only say, I don't want to teach our kids history if you want to hide something. So the United States, we as a nation, we have been traumatized severely. And I don't think people understand how badly things are. But look what happened in an Atlanta airport. After a gun discharges. Everyone's freaking out.
Get over here.
Everyone is freaking out. Somebody brought a loaded gun to the airport and it went off. That person ran away and got away. What are you doing bringing a loaded gun to an airport? Why would you bring a loaded gun to an airport? Why would you even travel with a loaded gun? How would it go off in an airport? And how would you get away without anyone knowing or catching you? It is failure all the way through. But the first failure is, why is there a gun to begin with? Gun culture is tied to white supremacy. That's why. And white supremacy can only be upheld through violence. Because it's not legitimate, right? You can't get legitimacy of the people because the majority of people aren't going to buy it. Don't buy it. So you can't get power through legitimacy. You have to get power through violence. That's through the firearm. That's through guns. So the right wing, the fascists, they really, really want these social institutions to collapse because they're in the best position to take advantage of the chaos right now at this moment. So that puts me in the strange position of defending American institutions until they can be taken over by patriotic Americans. Because not everyone who lives in the United States is on board with multiracial democracy. Obviously, there's a large group of people that want to engage in white supremacy and overthrow the United States. They've tried multiple times, and they'll continue to try into the future. They'll keep trying. They will keep trying. But the justice system, as we saw, is all sorts of messed up. Is it really justice? Is it really a justice system? Whose justice is being served? It's not the justice of the people. It's the justice of the white supremacists. If the courts are a reflection of the state, then the state of the United States in Minnesota is white supremacy. And we kind of knew that already. Remember when the police executed Philandro Castile? He had a gun. It was legal. He didn't threaten it. He didn't pull it out. He wasn't pointing at anyone, but yet they killed him for it. They murdered him for it. The police murdered him for it. Kyle Rittenhouse went to another town, gunned down 3 people with an AR-15, and the police ignored him. That tells you what kind of state Minnesota is. Why were people out protesting the night Kyle Rittenhouse decided to kill people? Why were people out protesting? Because police shot a black man in the back for no reason. Shot him 6 times in the back for no reason. For no reason. And they got away with it. So yeah, people are angry. And when they do their civil protesting, now white supremacists are going to come and shoot them. Because the United States is a white supremacist nation. Its institutions, white supremacy is baked into its institutions. It's baked in. You don't need individual racists when the system itself is racist. Because when the system itself is racist, it creates racist individuals as its outcome. Remember, there's no society without the individual, and there's no individual without society. So if you have a racist society, you're going to make racist individuals. And then that society is going to defend those racist individuals. Because the racism is baked in. And everyone knows it. We can see it. The only people who want to not talk about it are the racists. They'll come by and be like, oh, CRT, critical race theory, we can't talk about that. Well, that's why they don't want to talk about it, because the truth will destroy them. I remember where all my paper is. Oh, that's bamboo. That's not paper. Damn. Damn it. I should have kept all that string. Oh, I do. I did. Ha ha ha. Okay. Yeah, no paper. Oh, I know where the paper is. I remember now. Okay. Yeah. Democrats passed the bipartisan infrastructure bill. That was always going to pass. And then they passed, the House passed the Build Back Better plan, the Republican version, the 1.75 trillion. Because remember, Democrats wanted six trillion, and Republicans wanted 650 billion. And the compromise between Democrats 6 trillion, and Republican 650 billion is Republican like 1.5 trillion. So it went from Republicans, Democrat 6 trillion, and the compromise is over here, Republican, Democrat. So basically, the Democrats went over to the Republican side to pass the bill. But no Republicans are going to vote for it. Isn't that funny? Isn't American politics stupid? all the Democrats are going to go over to the Republican side to pass a Republican bill, but no Republican will vote for it. And then the Democrats will be like, "Yay, we passed a Republican bill." There's my paper. Sigh. Paper Tommy. And then rockets. I need 3-1. We get a lot. All right. Alrighty then. Check that out. I'll even take this stuff. Rockets for days. Okay, what else we got? That's about it. Things have been going on for me. I got stuff going on. So I'm not like 100% into like digging up all the stuff. But I think it's important that we understand and get a clear picture of what's happening so that we can make good decisions going forward. I mean, I think a lot of people were in denial that the United States was such a racist, white supremacist nation. And it's becoming harder and harder for them to maintain the illusion that things are just fine. They're just fine, because obviously they're not. Obviously that there's big issues that we need to deal with. How can we live together if one group is incentivized not to follow the laws because they won't be punished, and another group is incentivized not to follow laws because they won't be protected? Like, they can't live together anymore. These people can't live together. Because the people incentivized not to follow laws will always attack the people who have no protection from the law. You have to get rid of the people who can't follow the law. Well, then you have to control the law too, right? Because look, we have a law. Just because it's law doesn't mean it's good. Doesn't mean it's right. So you have to make sure that the law that you control, that the law itself is good. There are plenty of things that were legal and wrong. Like slavery was legal and wrong, but legal. Just because it's legal doesn't mean it's right. Just because it's illegal doesn't mean it's wrong. Legality does not determine morality. Yeah, make a new world. New world, November 30th, new world. We're going to take everything we've learned. I'm going to take everything I've learned from all these other worlds and put it into the next world. And then we'll keep rolling. Okay, that'll do it for me. Just a short little half-hour show. Yeah. I think not next week, but the week after that. That's like the big one. So happy Thanksgiving if I don't see you before next week. Yeah. All right. Okay. Pogokura out. Peace. Stop.